first a word of how the photograph came into my hands. I had joined NASA in 2004, 2005, and Elaine Patapanian, who's been a long-time member with her husband Ed, had heard, and she knew of my background as an investigative reporter, and she asked me if I would come visit her on a Saturday morning, and I did. And I was full-fledged reporter at the Globe and doing one investigation after another. And Elaine put the photograph in my hand, and she said to me, Steve, this photograph here shows my grandfather, and this is he here.
Wow.
And she said, and I said, oh, isn't that interesting? And she said, yes, we know very little about how he died. All I have, and so I said, oh, how interesting. But as I said, I was fully involved with my work at the Globe. At that point, I was getting immersed into the work to try to help uncover or locate the stolen paintings from the Gardner Museum. And I knew that this was going to be a long-term effort to do justice to this story. So I said to her, well, maybe I could do something about your interest in looking to try to find the whereabouts of what happened here, and what happened to your grandfather. And she said, well, I do have a document. Newspaper reporters love documents. I said, what document is that, Elaine? And she showed me this document. And this is a document written July 1915. And for those of you who can read Armenian, she translated it for me. And it told of her father, of her grandfather, having been taken from the prison and now was on a long march outside of Gesaria, it's a city in central Turkey, and was nearing Sebastia. And he was worried about going to Sivas because there had been rumors of killing fields there. And at the end he said, I guess it's down here, or here, kiss my children's eyes. Oh. I was hooked. I knew then that that there was a story here of a person who felt like I felt towards children, and his life deserved to be researched, and his death deserved to be fully explored, and what happened to him and what happened to his family. So I thanked her for it. I took this document from her, and I went to an editor or two around the globe, and I said, what's the story here? And they said, well, if you can authenticate the photograph, which is who took it, what happened to it, why it's never been fully explored, maybe there's a story behind it. So I went to Mark and I said, Mark, can we do this? And Mark was very interested and said, yeah, I think you could do it, but it's going to take some time. So, but that started us.